So, guys, welcome to another episode of My Story with Shaun Og. Yeah, guys, so today we're interviewing Shaun Og. And how are you, my brother?
I'm good, bro. Can't complain, hey. I'm chilling, man. Thank you for having me. This is a dope experience. It's my very first interview, actually. It's pretty dope.
Yo, bro, I really appreciate you coming here and, taking your time off of your schedule just to come share your story with us. And it's great having you, man.
Nah, I appreciate it. And shout out to you for actually taking the initiative to invest in us traders. You know what I mean? Like, not a lot of people are doing that.
Yeah.
And that's actually a very good initiative. And I mean, I was even talking to Stylish Keys about it earlier on. It's a great initiative, and we're just gonna be, keep supporting it, and we keep rocking, bro.
First of all, I want you to just give us a brief introduction of your man. Doesn't have to be Forex related, like I say in all my interviews. Yeah, just tell us about who you are.
OG,
OG. Man.
Basically. I mean,
okay.
Well, like most of the people know, I'm Shaun Og, but I prefer like just saying OG,
Okay.
Hence I went for that name in particular.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm a Forex trader. I've been in the game for the past 3 years, right? But the consistency started coming last year. And yeah, man, I'm a full-time Forex trader, part-time student, but mostly Forex trading, you know what I mean? And yeah, that's what I'm all about. And I'm based in Alberton and the Val. So home is basically in Alberton, but you can't strive while you're at home. You have to leave home in order to strive, So I'm in the Val right now, and this is where I'm based for, I don't know, for the next coming years or until we shut down the Val.
Oh, yeah, that's dope, man. Yeah. So you're born in Alberton, and how does trading get into the picture for you? Because I'm sure in Alberton, it's not a big city or big town. I know Alberton. And so how did you get introduced to Forex? What makes you want to start?
It was a funny story, actually. It was a funny story. I got introduced to it in late 2018, right? By a high school friend of mine. And it was just showing me that, this shit is so easy, bro. You got to do this thing. You just make money from, like, looking at the chart and so on and so forth. So I gave it a go. And then this nigga just dropped me, bro. Like, he just dropped me. He gave me, like, one lesson. And he just dropped me. And I was so intrigued by this whole thing. So I decided to go out there and do my research. So my main thing was the fact that I just wanted to make money, right? I just wanted to make money. I just wanted a mentor. I just wanted to get signals. But then again, on my journey in doing so, I got scammed a lot, bro. I got scammed like a lot.
So you were saying you got scammed a lot during your journey when you
my journey of trying to understand this whole Forex thing, right? So then it got to a point where I was just like, you know what? I remember in 2019, mid 2019, I was just like, you know what? Fuck everything. Fuck these other mentors that keep scamming me. I'm gonna learn this shit myself. And yeah, that's what I did, bro. A friend of mine, fortunately, was also a trader. So he sent me about over 30 PDFs, like 30 PDFs, and I was just going through everything. Like, I was just going through all the PDFs. I was watching YouTube videos, I did a lot. And I think I spent a good 3 months. Just learning content, right? Learning content to a point where I even flunked school because I was not interested in school no more. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to master this thing because I saw how.
So you were doing matric? Were you doing matric?
No, I was doing my final year. I was doing my final year in 2019. I was supposed to be doing my final year.
Oh, matric.
Yeah, in varsity.
Oh, varsity.
Yeah, I'm actually a bit old, bro. I'm actually low-key old. I'm turning 24 this year.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I was doing my final year in varsity, and it got to a thing of, like, I flunked that, right? Because I was so focused on making money, and I was so focused on learning. I mean, you can't juggle all these things at once. You know what I mean? So
True.
that happened. I lost my bursary throughout that journey because I wasn't performing well in school now. You know what I mean? So then came 2020. I think that's when I had my breakthrough, right? 2020. So after losing the bursary in 2019, 2020 came and the parents thought I was going back to school. I told them, okay, I'm not done with my final year, right? So I'm going back to school. I'll see you. Mind you, I lost my bursary. Like, I lost everything, bro. I lost my bursary. I don't have accommodation. Fees are not paid. Like, it's just a mess, bro. It's just a mess. And when I got to the Val, I got back to the Val from Alberton, right? And it was a thing of, I just started working. I literally just started working. And fortunately, I was living with some of my niggas. And they were helping me out in terms of, like, you know, buying your groceries, paying your rent, so on and so forth, right? But obviously, I couldn't go back to school. And then that's when I just started putting in the work, bro. Like, and I didn't look back from there, you know? That's when I started mastering everything. And I got inspiration from my boys as well, the FX codes. And they're the ones that... Yeah, because we're in the same kind of circle type of thing. We don't live too far from each other, so we bump into each other quite often. So it became a thing of, like, I was constantly inspired by them. And I just kept going, bro, until I was consistently profitable.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I hear that 2019 was a bit rough for you. Can you walk us through 2019 as a year? How did it look like financially, and in terms of funding your account? How were you funding your account? Were you blowing? What do you think made you not succeed that year?
In 2019, I think, I don't know. I wasn't too, like, pushy on trading per se, right? But I was more focused on getting the knowledge. You know what I mean? Getting the knowledge and acquiring the skill to fully understand. And as soon as I had that, I blew a shitload of accounts, bro. Imagine you get your allowance from the rents. You're like, fuck it, I'm going to deposit. You deposit, you'll even get to a point where you start to pray. You're thinking, if I pray, maybe God will hear me and do the right things. But it doesn't work like that. That's not Forex. It doesn't work like that. So that happened. I just kept on blowing accounts. And my ex back then, she used to kind of help me fund accounts because she saw the passion I had for this thing. Do you know what I mean? But I kept blowing that money too. You know, I kept blowing until 2020, I think, March. No, not March. Yeah, sometime May. I think May, around May. That's when I became better. That's when I started, like, making the capital. And
So when you were blowing these accounts, how much were you funding at a time? Because, you know, being a student, it's not easy having that capital, for example, 20K, 50K to fund. I'm sure how much were you funding at that time?
I was funding a K. I was funding a minimum of a K and a maximum of, like, 2.5 at the time, right? And because they tell you, you need to leverage your account. You need to make sure that you have enough for your trades to breathe, and, you know, there's enough space between your stop losses and whatever, so on and so forth, right? So that's just how much I deposited. And yeah, man, I just blew the cash. You know, I don't think I had the right psychology. What helped me the most was just my psychology. Mastering that first was when I kind of realized that there's more to it than just the skill. You know, I feel like Forex trading is like, it's like life in general. You need to have all aspects sorted out in order for you to thrive.
Balance.
Yeah, you need to have that balance in order to thrive in it. So it's not just one particular thing and then you rock. There's more to it, you know?
Okay, so I hear you talking about psychology, which is important. Most traders don't touch on that.
Yeah.
Which part of psychology were you affected by? Is it greed? Is it fear?
It was definitely, I think, I wouldn't even say greed, because I'm a scalper. Most of my students know that I scalp a lot, right? I don't like holding trades for a month or a week or whatever. The longest I'll hold a trade for is like 3 days, right? So I think my biggest problem would not have been greed. Thinking about it now, I'd say it was the fear. was the fear, right?
Oh, yeah.
And me trying to ignore the fear, let me give you an example. Let's say I want to open a trade on Nasdaq, right? And
yeah,
I doubt it, goes in my direction because I'm fearful, right? And then I see another setup, and then I pump it. Like maybe I open like 3 or 4 entries with just 1,000. Can you imagine? Then it blows, type of thing. You know what I mean? So fear played a role in that sense of just when it's time to do it, you don't do it. When it's time to not do it, that's when you feel like, okay, I might just be lucky enough to get it right now. But seeing that it's not the right opportunity to trade, type of thing. So that's what happened.
That's dope. That's dope. That's dope, bro. So that's 2019 and 2020. How did that year look like for you? Because for me personally, 2020 market conditions were a bit tricky due to COVID.
True.
And it's really amazing hearing that someone like yourself was able to capitalize from the pandemic.
So I think more than anything, I know for myself, and I was talking to one of my boys about it, that 2020 helped me. It structured me in a sense of it made me who I am. It made me OG. It made me find myself. You know what I mean? Because it was a time when, especially with lockdown. So during lockdown, it was a thing of, you know what, boy, this thing eventually is going to end. And when it ends, it's either you're going to come out successful or you're going to come out the same. You know what I mean? So I had to make that decision that, you know what, boy, I'm going to do whatever I have to do. Fortunately, during lockdown, remember the first quarter of 2020 until like Feb, there was no lockdown. So when lockdown happened, I moved back home. So now there was no financial strain on me that much. Do you see what I mean? So when I moved back home, that was when I just literally locked myself in the room. I set my goals, targets, everything, and I just worked. Bro, like I just worked. Like I remember at some point I had like 10 VIP members, but I'd hold them like 10 signals in a day and they just popped. You just rocked. Like it's just working. And that's what I did. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel like the main thing that helped me was the lockdown and the fact that there's less distractions. You know, you focus on what you're focusing on. You're focusing on your work. And there's only so much to do at the time. And you're not even spending money on going out or doing this or doing that. You know? Yeah. So I think it honestly, 2020 made me. And I feel like a lot of people should have used the opportunity for 2020 to actually structure them into who they are, mold them into the type of individuals they've always wanted to be. Because, it was a time to not just for trading, like also with understanding yourself as an individual. It's very important. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can't consider yourself a leader if you're still trying to find yourself. You know what I mean? So that was another aspect into everything.
Yo, bro, I like the sound of that, and congratulations, bro. You put in the hard work, and now it's paying off.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, King.
So throughout your process, now I heard you mentioning the FX codes, not to take from your interview and
they're my boys, no worries.
Talk about them, but like how did So how did they help you in the process? Did they help you with any mentoring? Any mentorship? Who helped you in terms of mentorship?
No one helped me in terms of mentorship, right? It was a thing of I got the PDFs I got and I had YouTube. And funny enough, me and the FX codes, all of them actually, we were in the same school, right? Varsity.
Okay.
So we didn't really have that much of a relationship while I was coming up, but we were cool, right? Okay. We were cool. There's no need to have whatever, just because we're in the same industry, right? But then I wouldn't really say that they've helped in my journey in a sense of coming up.
Yeah.
Right? I did everything on my own.
Oh, yeah.
I put in the work. I put in
chart work. Right.
Hey?
Yeah. No, I'm saying in terms of the chart work, you put in all the hours.
Yeah, I put in all the hours. I put in all the work. Yeah. And I'm not even in the VIP groups right now. We're just boys. We just chill, party together. Just, they're my boys. But it's never been a thing of the relationship is more based on Forex. It's more based on the friendship, the brotherhood I have with some of the gents, the FX Code gents. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. And, I mean, it's just us two, the main traders in the VAR. You know, obviously it's them. The boys are big. No lie, the boys are massive. You know what I mean? And then it's me. I'd say OG is second. I don't know if any other Forex trading company that's big in the VAR.
That's dope, man. That's dope. So, what kind of instruments do you trade for those who might want to join you and join OG traders? What kind of instruments are you looking at on a weekly basis?
Like in terms of analysis, how I chop up the market, so on and so forth.
Yeah. Which pairs are you looking at? Are you trading indices?
I'm trading indices, but not as often, man. I got chowed by US30. Too much. So I'm a bit relaxed on that. But I usually focus on NAS 100. How's it, brother? Sorry, man. Just looking at the comments. It's actually from my hometown, but shout out. I focus on, here's what I trade, right? I trade major pairs only, and I trade Nasdaq. Those are the only things the only pairs I trade. But mainly, I'd say I have a top 5. You know, you need to have like a broken down structure of it. So what I usually focus on, you got GBP USD, you got Euro USD, we got USD ZAR is my favorite actually. I always trade USD ZAR and we always kill it. Fortunately, I think I must just focus on that. Like Ref Rain is also trading.
It's nice and volatile.
Exactly. What's Ref Rain is trading GBP USD only, right? What is it?
Excuse me?
What's Ref Rain trading? I think you trade GBP USD only. I'm not too sure.
Oh, GBP USD.
Yeah, I think I might just rock USD ZAR alone. But hey, it can be tricky sometimes.
Yeah.
So I just trade GBP USD, Euro USD, USD ZAR, gold, AUD, JPY, and USD CAD. And obviously your Nasdaq.
All right, that's dope. And then how does your trading day look like? Your typical trading day. Are you that type of trader who wakes up 5 in the morning?
No.
Meditate. How does your day look like?
You know what's funny? Every time the meditation comes in a bit, it's a time because psychology is important. So it's a time where we deal with a lot of things, especially as a mentor. You deal with a lot of students. Some people, not to be rude, but some people come with their nonsense and they think we're just robots. You know what I mean? So we're actual human beings, bro. Like they be texting you and like, hey, you're doing cock. Mistakes happen sometimes, you know, but like what must happen? So how I usually start my day, I wake up at 7 every day. And set up the laptop, you know, before I even brush my teeth, you know, just set up the laptop, light my candles up, look at the charts, see the patterns or the structure of the market, and then do what I have to do, come back to the charts and chop it up. That's what I always do. I think I'm a morning person, especially because I learned that with USB song. It has more movement around 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. That's where there's like, it's much more volatile and there's like a lot of movement throughout rather than during the day. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. So basically during the London session, it's most volatile.
Yeah. I wouldn't really say even before the London session. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even say the London, even before the London session's at 9, right? Even before then, there's a bit of movement. You know what I mean? I don't usually trade the New York session because when the New York session begins, it's a thing of I already have trades running. You know what I mean? I only have like a couple of trades running and I just wait them out for the rest of the day. Or the only thing I might trade after the New York session could be Nasdaq. You know what I mean? But I usually also trade Nasdaq in the AMs because it's a bit slower and you can like it's not as quick as it is throughout the day. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So you're more of a conservative trader, and
I think you could say that. You could say that. Yeah, basically. Because I think I just have my time frames. I have my time frames when I know what I do, because even though you trade, even though you take out signals, even though you have trades running, so on and so forth, you have to live your life. You know, there's things to do. You know what I say?
Yeah.
And I mean, like I just said, I'm a part-time student. Fortunately, I was able to come back to school and pay for my own shit this time. Because, shit didn't happen.
Oh,
yeah. So I need to finish what I started as well. And I mean, we all have things to do at the end of the day. And I know how my days are structured on a regular, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And that's how we should live as traders. I mean, trading.
True.
The reason why we trade is because we want to have freedom, right?
Financial freedom.
Yeah.